The Moai of Easter Island are huge stone statues. They were carved out of volcanic rock from a volcano on Easter Island, and then they were transported all over the island. A great many of them are underwater, which suggests that the water levels were different when they were constructed. The Moai vary in size, with the biggest ones weighing 85 tons. Again, they are huge, and archaeologists have discovered that most of them are at least half buried, so that they have been digging them up for years. Easter Island is in the Pacific Ocean, and it is owned by Chile. Now, the local population, Rapa Nui people, claim that the Moai were constructed by their ancestors around the years 1250 to 1500. Well, it may be partially true, in the sense that somebody local was probably involved in some way with their construction. Now, the dates may not be even remotely correct, so we should make no assumptions about that. But the Rapa Nui people were Polynesians who did not have advanced technology. They could certainly construct boats, and they knew how to navigate from island to island. But that is probably about it. In my opinion, I don't know how the locals could have carved those statues out of volcanic rock and then carried them all over the island to various locations. And mainstream archaeologists say that they do not know how the Moai were constructed and moved. The locals could not have constructed and transported those huge and heavy rock statues all by themselves with crude wooden and stone tools that were available back in the day. So it is a mystery. How were the Moai statues of Easter Island constructed, and how were they transported around the island? Well, in a few minutes, we will tell you exactly how it happened. We now know how those statues were constructed and moved. All remote viewing projects have a target. Now, the goal of this project is to determine the method used to construct, move, and install the Moai of Easter Island when they were first created. Now, the target is simply the original construction and installation of the Moai of Easter Island. For this project, the Moai are referred to as Objects A, and we have two time points that we are interested in. The first is time point E, which is the time of the construction of the largest Moai on Easter Island. And the second time point is the moment of quarrying the rock for the largest Moai of Easter Island, and that is called time point F. Finally, we found one particularly interesting subject, and that subject is the subject who is controlling the highest level of technology used in constructing and moving objects A, which are the Moai. Now, that subject is called Subject U. Now, the target is fairly simple, since we only want to know how the Moai were created and moved, and we are making no assumptions that would lead to more complex targeting. Now, it is important that you remember that all remote viewing done at Farsight is done completely blind. The remote viewers knew nothing about the nature of this project or its target when they did their sessions, including the video parts of their sessions. And because the remote viewers worked totally blind for this project, it is an objective collection of data regarding the Moai. We have 4 remote viewing sessions for you today. This is an important application of remote viewing with a deeply interesting archaeological focus. One can learn a lot by watching these sessions, all conducted totally blind by the remote viewers and all sessions containing corroborating information. This is amazing stuff. We begin with a session by Intisam, and then Aziz Brown, Yeme Jane, and finally Shante. After you see all the sessions, I will return to help pull everything together.